Has the 49ers offense become too Christian McCaffrey centric? He's a great player, and I understand why Kyle Shanahan has the urge to give him the ball all the time. But in this last game, the Niners had 62 snaps on offense. 28 of them went to McCaffrey in terms of touches. That's 19 of 27 runs, 6 catches on 9 targets. In comparison, Juwan Jennings, 2 catches. Kittle, 4 catches. Ray, 1 catch. Ayuk, 9. Do you think... I don't know. What do you think of that, man? What do you think of McCaffrey just dominating the touches?
I don't think it's I don't ever think it's a good thing to do the same thing over and over and over again. But I will say the first half and the second half looked different to me.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan really spread it around. I think 6 people had rushes yesterday for
the second half.
Danny
Gray in the second half. All of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ray, Danny Gray.
Yep.
We got CDP.
Jordan Mason. Yep.
Yeah. And then now you got Debo and Elijah Mitchell coming back,
which we'll talk about.
So he definitely would benefit from spreading things around. And not only that, it's also preserving the health of Christian McCaffrey. I think that's another concern, another reason why you don't want to. Now, obviously, CMC's been effective this year. He's been one of the main reasons the 49ers have had so much success over the last several weeks. But I think it's always good to mix it up. And it was not actually I saw Kyle Juszczyk get some touches last night. He got 2 runs, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, I think Kyle Shanahan needs to mix it up. See, the way we saw it the second half yesterday, I would like to see that more often versus the first half yesterday.
What's interesting about McCaffrey to me is he's great. But at the same time, he almost brings out Kyle Shanahan's conservative nature. Kyle Shanahan, we've talked about it. He's a micromanager. And when the pressure's on, he wants to be in control. He doesn't want to let go and trust his players. So when you put 50% of your offense, when you make 50% of your offense go through McCaffrey, to me what that is him being conservative. Every play has to be a handoff or extended handoff. I don't trust my quarterback. And to me, that's the Jimmy offense. That is the Jimmy offense. A bunch of short stuff. And to me, it shortchanges the offense. McCaffrey does this thing, but you're not scoring as many points as you should. You're not taking advantage of the entire array of talents that you have. And in the second half, what we saw is all of a sudden you get Ayuk involved in a couple plays for Ray and Juwan, and the defense is on its heels. And now McCaffrey's even better. The offense is even better. You want balance. I don't like the whole extra McCaffrey focus. He's great, but so is Ayuk. Ayuk's freaking great. And then you got guys like Ray who deserves more touches. Juwan who deserves more touches. I think the more there's a healthy balance that gets established early in the game, dude, the better this offense is going to be. This is an offense that can be scoring 40 points. Really.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, in my opinion, maybe people don't agree, but this offense isn't much different. I mean, the throws that Brock Purdy is making in general are very similar to Jimmy's. It's just Brock is smarter, more aware, more calm in the pocket, and way more mobile, able to avoid sacks. Jimmy plays last night. He's probably getting sacked at least 2 or 3 times last night. So, this offense is very similar. It's the short passes. I mean, even the game-winning drive or the last 2 drives that Brock Purdy had, where he got a lot of his yards, came after run after catch, right? Yards after catch. So, I mean, I think it shows you what it could have been with Jimmy had him. He'd be more mobile and smarter and more composed. But it gives me reason. The reason why I'm talking about all this, it gives me reason to think that there's reason for having interest in what maybe Lance could bring to the table.
Yeah, I just feel like this offense has the potential to be really, really special. I mean, they're scoring 35 points a game in their sleep right now, and I feel like they still haven't optimized the full talent array. And this is an offense that has the potential to be as special as any offense. I mean, and I think back of great offenses through history. The Rams, the greatest show on turf. They weren't great because they just gave the ball to Marshall Faulk every time. It was on any given play, it could go to him, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. And frankly, the Niners, they have a running back who's kind of similar to Marshall Faulk. I've been comparing Brandon Ayuk to Torrey Holt for a while. They don't have Isaac Bruce, but they got a lot of other good players too. It seems like as long as they keep defenses on their heels and spread the ball around, they could be unstoppable. Again, in the Niners in the 80s, it wasn't just throw the ball to Jerry Rice every play. It was, is it going to Rice, Taylor, Craig, Brent Jones? Tom Rathman? I don't freaking know. And that's what the Niners can do. It's what they did in the second half when their offense was taken off in the fourth quarter. It was Ayuk. And I'm not saying McCaffrey didn't have an impact. I think once you establish him, teams are so afraid of him that it makes everyone else better. That screen at Ray, it was all set up by a fake pitch to McCaffrey. So use that.
And I think it's also a challenge, I guess, if I have to defend Kyle here a little bit, with so much talent, there's only one football. Like, there's so many guys that you could say, hey, this guy needs more touches, but then it's taken away from the other guy. And there's with Elijah Mitchell coming back, you have Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, CMC. Those are three really good running backs. And then you got Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, Ray McLeod. Like, then you got George Kittle, you got Juice Check. Like, even young Danny Gray. I mean, it's hard to get everybody.
Let me just say something. I'm not trying to attack Kyle because you said you had to defend. Kyle's doing a great job, and he did it in this game. So I want to give him credit. He did it. All I would say is, as quality control, Kyle, my advice would be just do it a little earlier. Go. You don't have to wait until the third quarter. Do it in the first quarter, and that's what Bill Walsh really created the script to do, to get all of his players involved early, and that was a big emphasis of his. It's so something to think about. He did it. Just do it earlier.
The dynamic offense is always a good thing.
Once you've established Ayuk, McCaffrey, Kittle in the first half, the other team is screwed. If they feel like you don't have confidence in one of those guys that day, all of a sudden it gets easier for them. So the name of the game for Kyle is just establishing all his weapons early. As soon as he does that, the Niners are in greatest show on grass mode.